The new novel, The Immigration Lawyer Asylum, has something for everyone: drama and romance. The story is inspired by a true story about a man from Iraq who is a suspected terrorist and wrongfully held by the U.S. immigration. The story is centered on the immigration lawyer, Sarah, who handles the case and describes the entire immigration process to obtain his freedom. The story goes in great depth on filing immigration petitions. If you're a reader who wants to curl up with a book about immigration matters and human rights, visit Amazon.com to buy. Visit www.splgpc.com. Call 510-742-5887.
Attention, attention. Are you tired of expensive, low-quality web service providers? And are you looking for stunning, amazing, high-quality websites and want your website rank on first page of Google? तो आपकी तलाश खत्म होती है यहाँ. Please contact People Inc. on 510-449-9049, 510-449-9049, or visit them at www.beerbulls.com. Beerbulls Inc. offers award-winning custom-built websites, web and mobile application development, and internet marketing services. So contact कीजिए Beerbul Inc. को 510-449-9049. आपको satisfy करना और hard work करना, यही Beerbul Inc. का मकसद है.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shaw Pirelli for the Shaw Pirelli Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shaw Pirelli Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Saftekar, namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Pirelli for the Shah Pirelli Law Show. And first of all, before I start, I just wanted to say happy Holi to all of everybody. Hope you enjoy yourself. And today we are going to discuss, of course, about immigration, but also some debt settlement. And we will be opening the lines in few minutes. And today I have Franco on the board with me. Thank you, Franco, for being here. And I will also be talking about some issues that we have seen recently that people are asking, frequently asked questions. But again, we will be opening the lines in few minutes at 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. And anything I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, is purely educational. And whenever I'm answering, and you should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Oftentimes, I will give you a quick answer. Like last week, I had a question, but I didn't hear one part of it, and I answered it. Not wrong, but I answered it kind of halfway. So for those who are already on L visa, for the caller who called last week, not last week, I think it was Monday, if you're on an L1 and then you're moving to H1, and the time is combined under L1 to H1, and you're passing 6 years, you are eligible, and you have an I-140, and you pass 6 years, even you don't have the I-140, and you pass the 6 years, you get an extension based on a pending labor, your spouse will be able to file under AC-21, Section 106 A and B. So just to stand corrected, last week I think I didn't hear the part of the L1. I apologize for that. So Franco, anybody call right now, we will be able to take the calls. But before I do that, we have some alerts and something that we wanted to mention. For one, we're getting a lot of calls that, of course, it's time for H1B. So USCIS is doing its normal job. They are going to site visit everybody on cases. And now we advise all the employers and the candidates to be ready to explain if they put a client letter and they are supposed to be at a location and they are not there. Be careful. And also big warning that we are seeing right now. USCIS and the Department of Homeland Security have been targeting a lot of cases where non-lawyer prepared the cases. And this is what is triggering all those problems. A lot of people back in the days, I remember when I started practicing, they will just be called themselves immigration consultants. In California, even in America, immigration consultants are not allowed to practice law unless they are licensed by the BIA, which is a very different issue. So what happened is people call themselves immigration consultants, a little bit like we do in Canada, and guess what? Now all their cases they have filed where their name appear on that, they are basically going after them. We have cases where even at the citizenship level they are going after them. So be careful. If you're hiring a lawyer and you're a company, it's better to pay a little bit more rather than paying a non-lawyer, because when it bites you, your candidates, it will bite you too, because many of those guys have been doing really bad things. And first of all, they are not allowed to practice law without a license. Even filling forms is not allowed if you're not licensed to do it. That's very clear on the code. And you have to have a lawyer who's at least licensed in one state of United States. We are licensed. I'm a lawyer. I'm licensed in California and federal court in 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. So make sure you're hiring a lawyer, because when this thing is heating up right now, they are going after each and every cases. And I have seen a case where no reason to deny, basically now they're questioning them heavily on the fact that they use a non-lawyer, quote-unquote, immigration consultant to work with them. And I'm not talking here about consultant in terms of IT consultant. No, I'm talking about the people who pretend to be lawyers or who are preparing papers without a license. So be very careful on that, because they're going backward years and years. I have seen cases now 6-7 years back. They're going back and basically targeting them. And I've seen already 3-4 court cases right now. So be careful and call us if you have this problem, 510-742-5887. Let me take a caller right now. This is Shah Rai. You're live in here.
Hey, Shah. Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for your advices.
Oh, you're welcome,
my
sir.
question here is, I recently got my 140 in February, and I'm planning to change my employer. Is it advisable to change right away, or do I need to stay for 6 months and then change the company?
Okay, very good question. There's no rules of 6 months in the first place. The rule of 6 months apply only when you fall under AC 21, Section 104C, which in your case is not the case. So forget about that rule right now. So what you need to do is to make sure that, how many years have you used your H1B?
So how many years? I'm just still in 4th year.
Okay, you're still good. So the only thing is just like the employer can cancel your I-140 anytime, by the way, unless you have an adjustment of status attached to it, which is the I-485. So leaving now or leaving in 6 months will not make any difference. There's no requirement to stay with the employer for 6 months. But if you have an employer who doesn't cancel the I-140, which most good employers don't do, then it doesn't make any difference leaving now or leaving in 6 months. But if you want to be fair to the employer, you might want to stay. Okay?
Okay. Great. Thank you very much.
So good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Rai. You're live in here.
Hey Shah, very good morning. My name is Rao. I'm calling from Fremont.
Hi, Rao.
My call. I have a question. Is there anything big happening around this audit process? Because a few weeks back I saw it was January 2015, and right now it's going at May 2015. It was like almost a 5-month jump.
So you mean the audit on perm?
Yeah, on the perm, yes.
Yeah, the audit and the perm, it depends on there are 3 reasons that there can be audit. For one, they're auditing cases because they have something that they don't believe in. That means they want you to prove that you did all the recruitment process, advertising, the cal job, etc., etc. The second one is random check. They just go and randomly pick some cases and they do that. They do that. And the third one is when they're targeting a company, especially those I'm talking about where they're using non-lawyers to work on their cases. And many of them are going to, and this is going to become criminal cases. That means basically people are going to end up in jail with this. So, no, I think what has happened recently, they have put focus with the USCIS, not the Department of Labor anymore. So what they did, they just jump and they are moving forward fast. And hopefully that will clear a lot of cases and perm will be approved earlier. But it's just random. It depends on where Congress wants to put their focus, and they inform USCIS what they want to do. But usually they rotate it. If they're focusing on USCIS, they don't focus on DOL. If they focus on DOL, they don't focus on USCIS because they don't have enough resources. So I'm thinking is that they're putting focus more with the USCIS right now. That's why you see a jump. Or they might not see many lawyers also who are doing it now are taking all the precautions more than before, and then they are filing the cases. So the jump, I don't have any kind of inside story. If I get anything, I'll let you know on Monday or I'll post it. But I don't have anything except I think they are moving forward because they are focusing more with the USCIS, not the DOL. Okay?
Got it. Thank you, Shah.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shapra. You're live in here.
Yeah, hi, Super Ali. Good morning, sir. My name
Good morning,
is Ram.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I have a question. Like, my employer filed a H1B extension for me on my approved 140. Got an RFP. So by the time I got an RFP, like my I-94 expired. So, like I'm working to a end client through a primary vendor. So currently, my end client is offering a job offer for me. So can I able to transfer my H1 to my end client?
Let me get it right. Basically, they file an H1B transfer for you, an extension or transfer?
Extension. I'm working for this company for the last 3 years.
Okay, so basically they're using the I-140 from the previous company, right?
No. The current employer filed a H1 extension that's got RFP, but my end client is ready to give an offer right now.
Okay, I'm not understanding the problem. The problem is, okay, you said about the I-140. So you're using the I-140 from company A, and they are extending your employment from company B, and company B, by the time the extension is getting run, the end client letter got already terminated. No more work with that end client, right?
Correct.
Okay, but you have a problem now. They should do an amendment, or they should right away, even that one is pending. And this is where it gets very, very tricky. I had a situation exactly like that, and we were able to win. Not my case, it's someone else's case, not from this office, but we were able to fix it. What happened now? You will have to do an amendment during the time the RFE. So you might want to give me a call. I will guide you step by step, because if you make a mistake on that, what's going to happen? They will approve your case, but they will ask you to do consular processing. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Give me a call. I'll sit down and draw the graph for you, because that only way you can fix this is to do a merge. Because right now, if you do a new LCA, you won't be able to insert the LCA in that extension. So you have to do an amendment. But the problem is that by the time the extension gets approved, the extension has to get approved before the amendment gets approved. So if you don't coordinate the two, guess what's going to happen? One is going to get the extension amendment will get approved before the extension, and then they will give you an amendment based on the old H1. So you're going to be stuck. So it needs to be coordinated, but it is doable. It just needs to be done right. Okay? Give me a call and I'll guide you how to do that, or we can handle it for you. 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shapra. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. Thanks for taking my call. This is regarding my husband. My husband is on his L1 visa in the 5th year. But even though his visa is valid in 2018 because he is getting maxed out, but his 140 is approved. So can he stay in US based on his approved 140 on L1? No.
L1 doesn't have the rule like H1. You can extend based on an I-140. What the company needs to do, they need to shift him to either L1A or shift him to an H1B. The best is to shift him to H1B and use that I-140 to get more extensions. It is very tricky now. Unfortunately, there's companies, they don't think before. They should have shifted him. The other option is to look into an L1A. And those cases are very, very tricky, and it's getting more and more complicated. I have tried a case like that before. I don't remember what was the outcome actually, but the fact that you're before 6 years, you still have a chance to get that H1B. My best advice is to jump on the H1B or ask the company to try to shift you to L1A, which is a little bit more difficult. So that's your best way. Otherwise, you won't be able to use that I-140 Because the I-140 you can stay only if there's an I-45 attached to it. Do you have an I-45 attached to your I-140?
No, he is still on I-140. His 140 is approved only 3 months back, so he doesn't have 485 yet.
You don't have 45. If you don't have 45, then it doesn't give you anything, except you can extend H1B. So quickly move to H1B, or give me a call at the office. I'll tell you step by step what you need to do, and we can do a consultation.
Yeah, so another option we have is like my 140 is approved, so next month he's planning to go on H4, and based on my 140 he's planning to go for the EAD.
Exactly.
So would that be a suggested way?
Yeah, that's the best way. I didn't know you were, I thought you were an L2. If you're telling me you are an H1, he move an H4, that's the best way. Take it right now. Do it right now. Don't wait any time. And if you need help to do it, you don't need your own company lawyer to do that. I've done many cases like that. Give us a call at the office.
Even though I'm on the first year of my H1, so even though my 140 is approved, he can still get his EAD, right? Based on that.
Yes. You don't need to be on 6 year. 6 year is either or. But give me a call at the office if you want to do the H4 EAD. We do a lot of them, and we will do it right so that he gets his stuff within 6-7 weeks. He'll get his EAD and everything. Okay. Okay.
Okay, just one more question attached to that. So, does he have to, as soon as he get his H1, H4 stamped, so can he apply for EAD, or should he be in US in order to get his EAD applied?
No. He has to apply from here. So what needs to be done, it has to be done concurrently. And this is where, if you make a mistake, this case will be delayed forever. Yeah, that's why it's good to do it right. And I have a website. It's called H4, a blog, H4 EAD Law. Put www in the front. H4 EAD Law. You will get some more information on that. And if you need help, just let us know. We can help you on the case. We've done many of those cases, and so far we have not lost a single one of them. Touch wood, and we are happy about that. Okay. All right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good option. Very good option, actually. Okay? Good luck to you. 510-742-5887. I know there are a lot of callers. So, ladies and gentlemen, whenever I'm going to answer your question now, I'm going to limit it because we have so many callers. So, please bear with me. If you want a detailed consultation, you'll need to contact our office. We will schedule one for you. 510-742-5887. Just to let you know, if it is a quick question, you can post it on our forum. Otherwise, it will be a full consultation and it's paid, because on the radio, I can only analyze quickly, and I don't want to make the mistake I did on Monday, where I feel bad because I didn't count the time on the L1, even though I answered it clearly, but it was not very clear when I was listening to it again. So let me take another caller. This is Shah. Are you alive on air?
Hello, Shah. My wife is on OPT, and her company is applying her H1B. So I'm thinking of putting her through a consular processing instead of a regular processing, which starts her H1B in case it gets approved by October. Is that a suggested route?
Yes, it is a suggested route if you want to continue working on the OPT. But what kind of OPT is that? Is it the OPT STEM or is it the OPT regular?
She is going to start her OPT STEM starting July.
Yeah, this is the problem. The new OPT, I don't know if you look at it, it's not very, very easy, actually. Many employers will be worried. But in your case, you can always shift. But yeah, that's a good idea to do it in consular processing. But the new OPT has so many inside language on it, I don't know. I have to double check if once the H1B gets approved, if they will accept continuing an OPT. As far as I know, it was the case. But now with the new rule, they have complicated it. I've analyzed as much as I can on my videos, but more and more I look at it, more I see things. So, yeah, it is a good idea to move to the consular processing. But if you want to come back to the H1B, you will need to leave the country and come back. You know that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I can go anytime outside the country and come back in H1B before the OPT expires, right?
Yes.
Got it. Thank you, Shah.
You're welcome. Good luck to you. So let me take another caller. This is Shah. You're live in here.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, hi. Actually, I had a question regarding employment, like a wrongful termination, retaliation type case. Do you do employment type stuff as well, or just immigration?
No, we do. I don't do personally, but I have 2 lawyers attached to me who are one of the top lawyers that do that. But when it comes to immigration, yeah, I take them on actually, because this is a very good question, because a lot of those employers out there are trying to be smart, and they're playing smart, oppressing kinds. And I'm just telling people, if they are getting an OPT, an H1B, and the employer is trying to abuse you, oh, this is a good chance not only to get money, but also to get a U visa. Because a lot of those employers are lying and putting stuff out there.
So, in this case, I'm a U.S. citizen, so I'm just talking about employment-based help.
No. Employment-based, if you give me a call, I can refer you to someone who's very good at this. I've done that before, but now I have so much work on immigration, I focus on that. But
Sure.
I have worked with, there's a very famous lawyer. His name is Steve Tidrick. Right now he's a little bit busy because he's in the elections and everything. But we won big cases when it comes to discrimination and stuff like that. But yeah, if you give me a call, I can refer you to a very good lawyer. But I don't do it personally when it's purely just employment for citizens. But for immigration mixed with that, yeah, I do it. Okay?
Okay. Can you repeat the number one more time on radio?
510-742-5887, or just send me an email at info@piralilaw, like my last name, and
Okay.
or go on my website, attorneyonair.com. You will see, you can just send me a contact and put your note there, and I will refer you to someone good, okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. So I think that caller brought something very interesting right now, and I got into, because I know a lot of them, and they are located in the Bay Area. They're probably listening to me right now. And if you're being abused by your employer, for example, if the employer is trying to take money from you, or is trying to harass you, trying to blackmail you, trying to hold on your document, these are all, most of them are illegal. So what happens if you put a complaint with the Department of Labor and have a lawyer fighting the case for you, you can end up by getting a U visa, which ends up in a green card. So don't let them abuse you, because many times what they will do, there are many good employers out there, first of all, many good ones. I know them personally. Many are good, are honest, but there are few ones which are bad. And those bad ones have made so much life a nightmare for other people that now the Department of Labor and Immigration are after everybody because of them. So people like that, we need to root them out. So people who are trying to take advantage of students especially, where there is basically they go and they lie to them or try to make them pay for some kind of fake training and stuff like that, this doesn't sell. Okay, so if you're listening to me, you're an employer, or if you're one person who's being victim of that, give us a call. We'll try our best to shut them down, because this is not possible. What they're doing is, first, they're taking advantage of people, of immigrants. Two, they are abusing the system. And three, it's bad for our community. So we should not let them do that. All those who are taking advantage of the system, trying to cheat and trying to harass those poor kids, or trying to harass people on H1B, it's not right. Okay, you're doing business, of course. There are sometimes H1B holders also who take advantage, but that's form part of the nature of the business. But trying to harass them and hold on to them and trying to blackmail them and stuff like that, this is not America. We don't do that in here. And we will not allow this kind of things to happen. So if you need help, give us a call. We will look into your case and we will guide you what needs to be done. 510-742-5887. I know I'm getting passionate about that because I've seen too many cases recently where the employers think they're smarter than everybody else. But be ready. I'm going to take all of them on, because this is not right. What they're doing is very wrong, and we will not let them go until we will make sure that the justice is served for the students and for the H1B holders. So if I have any other callers right now, I'm going to take a quick break then, Franco, and we will be back after those messages, and we will be talking a little bit about debt settlement, and also we will be glad to talk a little bit about H1B, what is happening right now. There are many things, and also visa revalidation, which is something that people have been asking me. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, you can call our studio. The number is 408-912-5565. And again, if you want to call our office, 510-742-5887. And anything I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. Give us a call, 510-742-5887. Thank you for listening, and this is Adnan Shapirali. I'll be back after those messages.
If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shaw Parali can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shaw Parali is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shaw Parali, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
Are you an H1B visa holder? Do you have an I-140 petition approved or have an extension under AC-21 provisions? Are you on H4 visa? If yes, we've got amazing news for you. As of May 26, 2015, you or your spouse on H4 visa might be eligible for a work permit, aka EAD. And to apply, you need a lawyer who knows about H4 visa issues. Lawyer Shaw Parali has been at the forefront of this fight for H4 rights and has actually helped make this dream a reality. Now, his firm is ready to help you or your spouse get their EADs. Call 510-742-5887 or visit www.splgpc.com to apply for your EAD. This is an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I wanted to take a quick break. I got so passionate about what's happening out there and so many things happening on the immigration side. And, of course, we have the election year and we have and also I say what happened in Belgium is very sad and our heart goes to all the people in Belgium, but we cannot forget other people who are suffering around the world too. It happened in Turkey, it happens in India, it happens in Pakistan, it happens in Afghanistan, it happens in Syria. So just to make it feel like only countries in the Western world that are suffering is totally wrong, because it's kind of turns the whole thing as if we people who are of non-Western or not people. So this is something that really always bothers me, because we keep hearing pray for Belgium, but 2 days ago we had pray for Turkey and nobody talks about it in the news. It's just like so much racism which is becoming so apparent now more and more in the West, and we have those two big hotshot running for president who doesn't have any clue what's happening, and they are just talking big and more racism, more xenophobia, more hate, and they think they're smart. And unfortunately, people love hate, and they are using it as a tool, and they probably will win power, because that's how Hitler came into power. Let's not forget that. Hitler didn't come to power through a coup. He came into power as a matter of going to what we call a democratic election. People voted for him because people love him. So the truth is that there are many people who are xenophobic and many people who are racist. And unfortunately, if they become the majority, America would be really a bad place to live. So that's my 2 cents, by the way. It's not the opinion of the radio. It's my opinion personally. And I think right now it's a time for all the immigrants who have eligibility to vote and vote the right way. Because just thinking about money, everything will be destroyed. Because what's happening, there's people, they're selling it on the fact to many immigrants, we will make money for America. America is already doing well. You cannot make money when there's no more money to be made. The only way to really make money is to create more wars and sell more weapons. That's it. But that's not the way it should be. It should be more peaceful. And I really like and again, I'm going to be partisan here. I don't really care, because I like Bernie Sanders' approach. It's really amazing, the fact that he talks about giving a chance to students, giving a chance to Americans, bringing the jobs back here. I might not agree with many of his concepts with NAFTA, etc., but the truth is, this is a land of opportunity, land of the free, home of the brave, they say, but I don't see it anymore. I came here 20 years ago and 22 years or something years ago, and things were a lot different. It was the land of the free. It was the home of the brave. People were honest. People were getting on the right side. There was peace around the world. Now it's just a matter of a mess. After that, when Bill Clinton left, the whole mess started, and we saw that. We saw the Iraq War. We saw September 11. We saw everything just coming and now we're going to get, if we get another group like that, it's not worth it to be here, unfortunately. And that's my opinion, and I think I'm right on that. Many people will agree with me. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk a little bit about debt settlement, and I was mentioning, I know I'm not taking any callers right now, so I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about issues related to debt settlement. As things are going right now, many people are feeling insecure, and they are using their credit cards, and they don't know. And some people are having hope that they need to clean their credit to buy a house, otherwise they won't be able to buy it at a further extent. So they want to clean their credit. Where we can help you, we can get rid of those credit card debts. We can get rid of litigation debts. We can get rid of, you name it, what kind of debts. And again, everything I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an independent attorney or call our office, 510-742-5887. And this is Attorney Shah speaking, Shah Parali, and I'm talking a little bit about debt settlement, how we can get out of debt. One of the big ways to get out of debt, of course, is bankruptcy, but most of our people don't want to file bankruptcy, and we have an alternative to bankruptcy, which is a debt settlement, where we negotiate your debt, get rid of it, take a portion of it, and the rest you get forgiven. For example, you have $100,000 debt, we can reduce it maybe to $20,000 or less than that. So all these things we can help you, and so many times people are getting sued because of a litigation. For example, you owe someone, or someone get hurt, and you get sued. You have a business, you bought a business, didn't work well, and you owe money. We can negotiate all this. Usually, insecure debts we can always negotiate for you. So give us a call. We can help you, and the number to call is 510-742-5887, and the website to check is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. So another thing now I'm going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is one thing that most people don't know is oftentimes they come to see us and they're worried about their immigration status if they settle their debts. Well, if you're settling a civil debt, it's not going to affect your immigration status because this is civil. Of course, if you owe money to the government, taxes, that's a different story. That might prevent you from getting what we call your citizenship, but not a civil debt like owing on a credit card, a mortgage, and things like that. So don't be scared. If you're indebted, don't just go and not eat at home and pay debts, because we can get rid of it, make you start fresh. And that doesn't mean everybody can get that. Those who qualify are usually those who have a little bit money but don't have enough to pay the whole debt. If you don't have any money at all, then bankruptcy is one option. And again, I'm not analyzing bankruptcy here. So you should check and read yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. We've been doing it for 6 years now. We have very good track record. We have done more than 1,500 cases probably, and we are very, very proud of the cases. And the good news, we won't charge you unless we get a deal for you. So make sure you check that website, and then we will talk in more details. So at this point, I'm going to open the lines again now because I have some time left, Franco. So the number to call right now is 415. I'm sorry, what am I saying? 408-912-5565. 408-912-5565. This is the number to the studio, and again the number to our office, 510-742-5887. So I kind of blocked the callers, and I apologize that I had to take a quick break. So I wanted to discuss about some of the issues that we are facing right now in immigration, and it's getting more and more, it's getting harder and harder. The few things I wanted to mention today is one, for employers who has been using non-lawyers to do their cases, so watch out. You might see situations where they will come and do what we call a site visit on your cases. And now with the new rule on OPT, STEM OPT, site visits are going to become more and more common. So be ready, have everything, your form, the new form that they created for STEM OPT all this needs to be ready. And of course, after the H1B, we are in the H1B season, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So much H1B in my head that I forget it. We are filing a lot of cases, so it's already kind of late now for new companies to file it, but you might have a chance if your LCA is ready to file it. So I recommend that if you need help on H1B as a company or an individual, give us a call. If we have the ability to do it today, we will be doing it, because we have a lot of cases to process right now, and the LCA is a big headache, because the LCA is a labor condition application, and it's taking almost 1 week to get those approved, and without them you cannot file the H1B. So I repeat that, without that you cannot file the H1B. So I will recommend, ladies and gentlemen, if you need help on the H1B, please give us a call, 510-742-5887. And also, what I was recommending for people to do is, whenever you're having these cases for transfer and you have issues with amendments, you have issues with all those technicalities we have discussed earlier, please don't just dump it out there. It won't work. You have to do it really in a systematic and a strategic way. So I recommend, ladies and gentlemen, that you call a good lawyer, a real lawyer, to help, and we will be glad to help. Let me take one more caller. This is Sharp Rai. You're live on air.
Hi, I got a question regarding, people coming on visitor visa, like parents.
Yes.
So actually, I mean, they can stay for 6 months, for example, but they cannot come back again for 6 months. There should be a gap of 6 months to re-enter the U.S. But I just want to know, if they stay for like a month or two, is there any a period they need to stay outside U.S.? Like they go back, and after that, how long they need to stay in order to enter again? And
there's no exact answer on that, unfortunately. But I've seen cases where people leave and then they come back 3 months later. They don't have any problem. I've seen people coming back after 5-6 months. They still question them. Why are you coming back right now? It's all depend on the officer, for one, at the border, and two, their age and what are their purpose here. Because if they get the impression those people are coming back and forth to work, then they don't like it. But for parents, most of the time, I've not seen them really be strict. So my take is to wait 6 months usually. But even 2-3 months, I have people who come here, they go to Canada, visit another family, and they come back then 2 weeks later. They don't have any problem. So it's not a question of how much time. It's a question of what are you going to do here and what is your age, etc., and the officer at the airport. Yes.
And if they stay for 6 months, I mean, we can file petition to stay for another 3 more months maximum, right?
Yes, not maximum. You file what we call a B1, B2 extension, and I have a video on this on my YouTube channel. It's called B1, B2 extension, how to do that. And once you do that, usually they give you either 3 months or another 6 months, or they deny it. Okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Good luck to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate the call on B1, B2 visa today, because this is something we get really a variety of questions on I-140, H1B, L1, you name it. And I think the whole idea of basically having those shows is to cover all the aspects of immigration. So I'm going to cover some of the aspects where we don't get calls. For one, I was talking yesterday, I wrote an article on visa revalidation, because a lot of people are going on vacation for the spring break, and they're also going to visit countries or going on cruises or going on Mexico or Canada. If you have an I-94 approved and you have the 797, sometimes you don't have a stamp on your passport, if you're leaving for less than 30 days, you might be able to come back just on that I-94. You don't have to go for a stamping. But there are some limitations to that, and I posted that on my website, attorneyonair.com. Please check it. There's also a video. Share it and like the video, please, and subscribe to it, and you will get some information. Let me take another caller. This is Sharp Rai. You are live on air.
Hi, Doctor. This is Manoj. I have a question regarding H1 to H4 and EAD conversion.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we have applied for H1 to H4 conversion and EAD together. I did it myself back in September. But my wife left U.S. in January. We looked at the processing times and they were long, so she decided to go to India. and to get the stamping done. But in February, we got the approval on H1 to H4. That is not valid, right?
Yes and no, but the new H4 when she entered on the I-94, did she get...
no, she did not enter yet. She is still in India, and she is trying to go to H4, the U.S. consulate to get the H4 stamp done.
Yeah, it's not valid as a status, but she can use that to go there, and if she comes back on time, she might be able to use the EAD, because the EAD will be attached to the H1, so yeah, she's fine. It is not valid because she's not here, but it's not invalid too. Once she gets her stamp, she comes back in, she will get a new I-94, and if by that time the EAD comes, she will be able to use that same EAD.
But we got a RSE on the EAD stating that we have to submit the latest I-539 approval, my I-797 document, her latest I-94 and visa stamp. But the I-539, I'm not sure whether that will be a valid one or not, because she left the US even before she it got approved.
So first of all, what you do, go and get her the stamp, and then come back, and then we will deal with the RFE. But when is she going to come back? Why don't you give me a call at the office, because this is a little bit complicated. It seems like they're questioning your H1B too. So give me a call at the office, and we will go over the case. We can do a consultation, 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller, and then we can help you to that. I'll go to that process. But technically, they're looking for something which is not important, so you need to filter it, okay? So let me take another caller. This is Shapra. You're live in here.
Hi, I have a quick question. One of my friends is waiting for OPT more than 8 months. The first time applied, and then he also went to an attorney to try to apply G28 form. And USIC said to the attorney, you can apply, but you need to wait for the answer. The attorney said, this is not the normal process, but we are not sure what is happening. So can you please help us to what we need to do?
That's a very good question. It's not happening only to your cases. What they're looking at right now when you're applying for OPT, they're looking if the student has used CPT, if the student has used pre-OPT, and plus the school they're going to. I don't want you to mention the school, but if the school is under the blacklisted, quote unquote, they are giving time. Plus also they're delayed because they don't have enough people working there. So one of the ways to clear that is to go to a congressperson and try to fix it. I will recommend doing that. If that's not working, then there's not much you can do apart from that. Even the lawyer won't be able to do much on this unless there's some bigger problem. But it's taking some time for OPT to come right now. It's taking 6 to 7 months. And I will recommend that you go to a congressperson, check who's your congressperson in the area, and tell them. And because we did a case like that I think 2 weeks ago, where we went to the congressperson, the next day the case got approved. So just go and check it, and if you need help, give me a call at the office, 510-742-5887. Okay?
You said to meet something for that?
I didn't hear you. You want the number? 510-742-5887.
Oh, this is your number, right?
Yes. Okay? And the website is attorneyonair.com. And also I have a very good Facebook page for students. It's called F1OPT, facebook.com F1OPT. Please like it because I update with good information there. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks. Bye.
You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Sharper, already 11 here. Hello? Okay. Sorry, I lost the caller. We're almost done with the show right now. I was expecting to have a meet on the phone. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any problems with your immigration case or your debt settlement, give us a call at 510-742-5887. I have now, because of a lot of students have been suffering, and I'm seeing a little bit the situation we had in Tri-Valley, I've kind of focused a little bit in the past few months in the help with some good companies like Daisy OPT and things like that. They have been very much into spreading the words for us. And we have been able to kind of pass the message, what is the do's and the don'ts for students. And please, for the students who really want help, I will recommend that liking this page, facebook.com/F1OPT. And that's a Facebook page because it's a lot easier. And I'm posting stuff like on a daily basis almost on this, where I kind of guide students what they should do or not do. And as you know, the new STEM OPT rule came out, and there are a lot of strings attached to it, so be very careful, especially if you're an employer employing students on OPT, STEM OPT. So, ladies and gentlemen, to recap today, we have a lot of things that's happening. First, Holi, I wanted to say happy Holi to everybody. And then we have the bombing in Belgium. But we also have the wars going on all around the world. So we want you to pray for the world, because it's really getting out of control out there. And now with the politicians taking advantage of it, it seems like the country is becoming more and more racist. And there are no reasons for that. They're trying to take the anger of immigrants. And to let you know, excuse me, to just let you know, most studies have shown that immigrants, especially legal immigrants like H1Bs and green cards, create more jobs than anything else. Because honestly, they cannot take those jobs because those jobs, there is a shortage. Unless you're like Donald Trump, where you think fashion models create more jobs, and that's the only H1B he wants to give, because of course he's Donald Trump. So he's very anti H1B, except for fashion models, of course, and he's getting sued, by the way, for underpaying an H1B right now. So it really irritates me when I see those politicians coming on TV and radio and TV and talking nonsense. And yesterday you have Ted Cruz, who basically wants a Nazi government now, serving everybody. And just because we are Muslim, I'm a Muslim, and if he wants to mess with us, we didn't do anything wrong to you. Just because some bad people are doing bad things, we are going to get punished for it. So come on, give us a break. That's really kind of pushing the limit. And I'm very, very disappointed with the United States right now. There's nothing to be proud of right now. Nothing to be proud, because the way the people has turned out, it's like we work hard, we pay taxes, we support so many people who are lazy, don't want to work, and then we get the one who get punished. Come on, give us a break. That's not right. So let us, I'm going to talk my thought now, because I don't think it's right what they're doing. And the truth is that if you are eligible to vote, go vote. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who you vote for, but of course use your common sense. Vote for people who really, you cannot have a candidate coming there and really kind of insulting Latinos, insulting immigrants, insulting Muslims, insulting everybody who's not basically quote unquote Caucasian. Come on, this is not the way America works. We all contribute to this country. Look at the people who build those big companies in the Silicon Valley. Come on, it's not really something that we should allow in this country. And I don't care what they think, but the truth is that immigrants are not taking people's jobs. Can you imagine people working in the fields who are basically undocumented? You think if you put documentation, they will have people working in the field? Yes, they will have people working in the fields, but the problem is that the price of milk will be $10 a gallon. The price of orange will be kind of, I don't know how much, but people have to understand the dynamic, what is happening here. They use as people kind of quote-unquote cheap labor, or basically slave labor, or even if they're paid well, nobody wants to do those jobs in the farm, and those people are willing to do it. So why kick them out? Building a wall? Are you kidding me? What are you going to do with the wall? The wall is not going to serve anything except enriching Donald Trump, because his contractors are going to build it. Come on, use common sense here. People have to start thinking, and it just gets me irritated when I hear immigrants saying, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because he's going to do good for business. And then what? Good for business, but your kids are going to be afraid every day going to school. People are going to wear swastikas like they were wearing not in the good swastika like the Indian side, but swastika, I'm talking about the Nazi side. And here, for Muslims, we will have to wear something like a crescent. And for people who are immigrants, what are they going to wear? Put a sticker on their face? Come on, we got to stop all this mess. So it's time for people to stand up. Immigrants have power. Look at Bernie Sanders. He won there in Michigan because the immigrants stood for him. And this is kind of really an irony, because Bernie Sanders won in Michigan with the vote of the Muslim, and he's a Jew. That shows you that people protect the right people. So it doesn't matter what religion you are. If you're good, we will support you. But if you're bad, it doesn't matter even if you're a Muslim like me, you're a Hindu like me, or anything, I will not support you, because what's wrong is wrong. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my take. I wanted to really pass that message today, because this is getting really overboard now. We are having a government which at least is not saying anything, but a new government that might be coming that will be very dangerous. And if we don't do anything to stop it, and how we stop that, we do it by the normal civilized process. We vote. And then let me take one caller, because I know I've been getting really into passionate situation. But okay, sorry. So I think the caller, I dropped the call. So ladies and gentlemen, here we are. I'm talking about not only immigration law, I'm talking about that, but I'm talking about the future of this country for our children. We want to live here. We want to live in peace. We're not stealing anybody. We're not cheating anybody. We're not doing anything wrong to anybody. Of course, we are humans. We make mistakes, but that's not the point I'm talking about here. I'm talking about judging us for our color, our religion. This is not something we should allow in this country. And that's what the U.S. Constitution is about. And that's what the U.S. is about, the First Amendment, the right to worship anything you want, or right to worship nothing. And that's what the First Amendment says, and we need to stick to that. You cannot have a politician coming on TV and talking big, say they're going to attack this religion or that religion. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I don't have much time to go, but let me see, Franco, can I take one caller quickly? This is Sharp Radio 11, yeah?
Hi, sir. Sir,
how are
would
you?
you provide assistance for Indian passport renewal?
Oh, no, unfortunately, I cannot do that because I'm not licensed in Indian law. I'm licensed in the U.S. So you might want
Have
to
any
check.
contacts who do that?
Yeah, you go in the state bar website, look for a foreign legal consultant. A foreign legal consultant from India, they are allowed to practice Indian law on U.S. soil. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, good luck to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, I'm licensed in California and immigration law, pretty much the United States, so I cannot give you really advice. I can guide you and people can help you. Maybe someone can call on the radio and tell us if they can help. But I don't, the legal one who can help are those foreign legal consultants. They are licensed to practice law. Like we have Wakas on the other side for Pakistan. We have, I know for India, there's a bunch of them. They are listed on the state bar. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm almost done with the show today, but I know it was very passionate because I'm really getting irritated with what's going on out there. Unfortunately, the sad part of it is innocent people are paying for some crazy people. On one side, you have those people who are calling themselves Muslim but behaving like dogs. On the other side, you have people who are calling themselves Christian and behaving like dogs. So, what do? We are in the middle of it, and we are in a situation where that respect between religion, between people, is gone. It's going away, and I don't really like that because I grew up in a society where we always respected other people's religion. We didn't have a choice, or we like it this way. We wanted to love each other. There was no difference. And I see these kind of things, and it makes me worried about my children. How are they going to see the world? Is the world divided into pieces, or the world can be in peace? Can live in peace. That's what we need to offer them. And having all those bad politicians controlling the world, it's really bad for our world. And unfortunately, we need to vote here. And I cannot put enough emphasis on this. If you're an immigrant, if you are a person of the minority, if you're a person who don't agree with what is being said by those GOP candidates, you got to vote. You got to vote, because if you don't, other people will take advantage. And now we have another problem. The Supreme Court nomination is going to make a big difference. Because remember, a politician will go after 8 years, but the Supreme Court nominee goes until they're dead. We had Scalia, who was a right-wing conservative, and he's gone to death. And now if we replace him by someone like him, the world will be a bad place, because he supports pretty much everything which is conservative. There are good things in conservative, don't get me wrong. There are good things that I believe in myself. But that doesn't mean you have disrespect for other people's belief or integrity is not part of what I believe in. And I don't think we should believe in that. So read a little bit, watch the news, and see what's going to happen, because everything that you do today will have a repercussion for tomorrow. So I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening today. And I thank Franco for being on the radio. And anything I tell you today is for educational purposes only. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'll be back on Monday from noon to 1. Take care.
Are you an H1B visa holder? Do you have an I-140 petition approved or have an extension under AC-21 provisions? Are you on H4 visa? If yes, we've got amazing news for you. As of May 26th,